Among Us better. Some changes that have occurred since starting this DA includes how I've gone about my analytical framework. Through playing Among Us, I realised that when I created the framework for the pitch, I was basing the knowledge of the game from my past experiences. For example, when I first started playing Among Us in 2020. However, Inner Sloth has since updated and changed the game, with the new maps and lack of ads being placed in the game. With this being said, the monetization stem of my original analytical framework no longer fits with the game. This then made me think of another key aspect of the game which I can analyze the game through, which is communication between players. By changing to communication between players, I'll specifically investigate the difference of communication between both public and private games, as the different means of communication can vary depending on who you are talking to. For instance, when people you know are reading the messages, there is going to be more of a lightheartedness to the game, whereas with strangers there is going to be a more hostility as the players don't know one another and will say anything to win the game for themselves. With the new change of my analytical framework, I've gained a further insight into the challenges of the game. The new framework consists of the following: communication between players, learning objectives, and the aesthetic of the game. It has been highlighted through playing the game that communication between players is crucial in seeking the imposter. However, this does prove to some challenge. Like with any text channel communication, there are limitations to the information being said, and due to the nature of the text channel communication, there are challenges with accurately reading the tone, meaning, and emotion of the messages being said. Therefore, through looking at communication between players, I will specifically look at the comparison of playing with friends versus playing with strangers. With looking at the learning objectives of the game, it highlights abilities needed to play the game, such as hand-eye coordination and cognitive skills, which is also further developed through playing the game. Cognitive skills are vital in playing the game, as the player needs to think for themselves, question others, listen, justify your thoughts of the imposter, and be attentive during the game to witness any suspicious activity. And lastly, the aesthetic of the game. In this, I will analyze the different maps available. Through this, I can clearly see with the newer development of the maps, there are more features such as different stories, new tasks, new ways for the imposter to vent, and new ways for crewmates to check on all of the players. With the further development and updates of the game, including new maps and features, it became clear with each map there are new levels of difficulty, such as the original map being the easiest and the newer map being a lot more complex with different features and layouts.